Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kwakadash. Give double honor to the apostle at GMS, one talking the truth. Get side text to the whole feet lake, one listen and learning. Today, that's just going to be, it's almost closing time. It's time to get in. I mean, the door of mercy is soon going to be closed. Time for you to get in. Oh, shit. I ain't been listening to this mother in a while. So I want to get on. Just like it. Isaiah. Doing the scripts today. You know, trying to do the most lessons I could. You know, I'm going to be kind of busy. You know, dealing with my new situation. So I have to bear with me a little bit. You know, I might make a lesson every other day. You know, I ain't been doing it every day like I'm supposed to. But I ain't giving no excuses, but I still got, you know, yeah, life outside of the truth, which is, I wish that's the only life I had. But, you know, ain't that case. So let's get Isaiah 26 and, let me see. Well, damn. 20, all right? Isaiah 26 and verse 20, and it reads, yeah, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. So the Lord wanted to come get in this truth. Herbert come get in this truth, you know what I'm saying? So before the law bring the destruction, then you'll be already safe and covered up with the blood of Yahushua. So you gotta prematurely do this. You just can't see the destruction coming all at once, and you just Herbert get in the door. No, you gotta get in this truth, man. It's right here first. It start here. You know, everybody have one. Everybody have a Bible. Start in this. These are chambers right here. This the chambers. The first part of the chambers. Verse 21. For behold, for behold, the law Yahweh coming out of his place to punish the habitation of the earth. For their iniquity, the earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. See what I'm saying? Before the law come and judge you want to be out the way. You put it like, man, Lord, I repent. I was ignorant. Blah blah blah. I'm now following you. Now following you. What's written in this book? You know. I have trust in your prophets that you send me. Like Isaiah, he was one of the prophets. You know what I'm saying? Before, like all this stuff that Isaiah was prophesying, it never happened in the time. He died, you know, it never happened. So with the Ezekiel came and Jeremiah and all of them came, they came on behalf of Jeremiah, Isaiah, man. You know what I'm saying? So at least Ezekiel prophesied in Jerusalem, and he prophesied in exile Babylon. Jeremiah prophesied at the end of Jerusalem being taken over. You know what I'm saying? When King of Babylon came the second time, because he took a good portion the first time, which Ezekiel was one of them. You know, and this never happened in Isaiah's time. So this is just these scriptures is prophetic scriptures. I meant to say, there are prophetic scriptures that you should take heed of, because it never came to pass yet. These things are coming to pass. So the Lord told us to get in these chambers. All right, let's get Revelation 18. Get how fast. All right, let's get Revelation chapter 18. Right. You know, you see, a lot of people know Christian people that went to church today, but they never might have been not talked about the chambers, man. Get in the chambers. Stop, like my mama told me, man. Stop leaving the door open, man. Like, you leave the door open, you keep leaving the door open, you give them hope. Shut the fucking door, man. Don't open it again. So it's this what's more than this true, man. If you unevenly yoke with someone and he finally separate from you, don't go back and try to attach yourself back to them, man. They gone. That's what they needed to separate. They needed to go. That's anybody. So it's Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4 say, and I heard another voice. No, let's start at verse 1. Let's start at verse 1. All right, Babylon falls, right? Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory, and his cry, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That's me, that spirit. That's me. People walking around right now telling the Babylon is falling. The people now right. The people doing this, doing their own will. They're doing their own thing. That's what it means. Get coming from among them. Without 2 Corinthians say, come from among them, man. Let them do what they do. Get in these chambers and stay out the way. Verse 3. For all nations, now everyone, no matter where you go at, you can leave Babylon the Great and go to China. You can leave Babylon the Great and go to South America, Canada, whatever, still Babylon the Great. You can go to Africa, go to Russia. It say all nations. See that? For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, Babylon the Great. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So guess what? Every nation got rich off of Babylon. So guess what? It don't matter where you go at, you still got the image of Babylon somewhere around there. Somebody act like that. Yeah, you might go to Arab nations, it's not too much, but guess what? They got stores too. They follow Babylon to a certain extent to get money, resources, trading. They do some type of work with this bitch, man. But right now they come with the BRICS nation, now they cutting off. See what they doing? They cutting off from Babylon now. They leaving Babylon by itself and naked and desolate. You know what I'm saying? Not giving nothing to That means Babylon gotta buy from them. They gotta go, she gotta go bathe them, but Babylon ain't about to do that. Babylon gonna fight for that. All right, in verse 4 said, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be no partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh power have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she had fulfilled, fills to her double. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I said a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no more sorrow. See, that's what the proudness of this place, and people got it all on them. You know what I'm saying? And that's like dross. The law look at things. Let's get that. It's God, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, not just God, because we know his name. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, he look at those metals that's stuck in his place are dross. Ezekiel 22. Let's get to the point though. Ezekiel 22 and verse 18. Son of man, the house of Israel is to me become dross. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead in the midst of the furnace. They are even the dross of silver. See, they dross means thick. Some shit is off. It's not shining. It's spots. You know what I'm saying? Unclean. Therefore, thus say the Lord Yahweh power, because ye are all. Now you are all become dross. Behold, therefore I will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem, as they gather silver, and brass, and iron, and lead, and tin, into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it, to melt it. So will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. See? God gonna do that. He gonna for sure do that. You know? That's what you do to this place. If you stuck in this place, you like these undesirable metals. You know what I'm saying? That's all the metals that's on gold. That's on real silver. All that, he gonna burn that dross. People, you the black stuff on the good shit. So they got the good shit here. You got the black stuff. You the black shit on the good shit. You know. So let's get Revelation chapter. Go back. Revelation chapter 11. Because the Lord, he come and deliver his people, which is the 12 tribes. Matter of fact, let's go read it. We're gonna not just talk about it. Let's read it. Let's go to it. Let's go right to it. All right, this is Revelation chapter 7. All right, we'll start at verse 1. It says, the mark of God's servant. See, the mark. So this we're going to read about the mark of his servant. And we're going to, after we do that, we're going to go to Ezekiel. Hold on, I'm going to get back to it. Ezekiel chapter 9. And we're going to hold that. We're going to hold Ezekiel chapter 9. And I'm going to show you that who the mark of God's servants are. So Yahweh, then he didn't put no specific name. I'm gonna name this person. No, he got the name in the heavens. We don't know that our name. If you mark to be salvation, so he's gonna tell you. All right, it said the mark of God's servants. Right, and after verse 1, Revelation chapter 7 and verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servant of our power in their forehead. Now we're going to show you the service of the power in the forehead. What they're going to be doing. Hold on, let's switch it up. I got the little, maybe. There we go. Let's get that. Dang. You know what? I fucked that up. I still fucked it up. Salakia, man. I still messed it up. I don't know. Yeah, but we're going to get back to it. Ezekiel chapter 9, right? Who the servants of the law? Who's the mark? All right, what's the mark? Now, this is a different type of mark. This is not the mark of the beast. This is the marks in our forehead. Like, you'll know the name of the Lord. You know his son name. You'll know you're Israelite. You'll know that you're in captivity. You're going to be crying to the Lord. All right, Ezekiel chapter 9, and we'll start at we'll get to the point. We'll start at verse 3. Right, and the glory of God, the power of Israel. See, none of the saying the power of Israel was going up from the cherubim, whereupon he was. So, number what? Number let's go back to the Salakia. Let's go back. It just hit me. Let's go back to the beginning, way the beginning. So these same angels is giving us knowledge again. Check this out. This is Genesis chapter 3. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 22. And the Lord Yahweh power said, behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. Therefore the Lord Yahweh power sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man. Now he bringing us back. I'm going to show you. And he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and flaming sword, which turn every way to keep the way of the tree of life. So the law before this point about to come right here, the law was holding the four winds, the cherubims, the knowledge. Don't release the destruction until these men got my knowledge, man. You know what I'm saying? Until he got everything. So, because right now, we know good and evil. Do you know what to do? Why the law gave you commandments? What to do and not to do. If you're not doing, it's evil. You know? First Samuel, I think chapter 14, that's what the law spoke to him. Say, damn, we gonna have to get it. We might have to get it. I don't want to get it. The rebellion is the sin of witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? Rebellion. How you know what the rebellion? Because you have to know evil. You know what I'm saying? So this right here, these men you getting back. So this is right here. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 9. We read Genesis chapter 3 in the last 3 verses, right? The law was blocking the way for man to get to the tree of life. That's mean inherit eternal life. And he could eat off the fruit of good and evil, but he could control it. And if he could control it, he could control his life. But the law took that away so we could learn first. You just can't just learn what to do good and not do. No, we have to learn the whole thing, the whole wickedness. Just to receive the good that we don't know. We have to learn everything about wickedness, man. So let's get Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 3. And the glory of the God of Israel was going up from the cherubim, whereupon he was to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen. So the Lord called a certain spirit which had the writer's ink on his side, like the people that be written in the book of life. The men that be written in the book of life, he got them written. And it says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark, that's mean write their names upon their foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that are done in the midst of it. They're not talking about sex. They ain't just talking about homosexuality. They're talking about all the wickedness, man. Disobedience. The women being disobedient. They dressing all type of way. They talking shit. They think they could do this, they could do that. Like the men, they doing all type of other shit. You know what I'm saying? Lying and stealing, tale-bearing, you're trying to extort, want to start discourse, shit like that. All that shit, man, we tired of that shit, man. Saying they real, but don't know what real is. Saying they love someone, but don't know what love is. Man, we tired of that shit. That's abominations. And it says, and to the others, to the ones that he didn't set no mark to, whoever, you see? And to the others he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city, and smite, kill. Let not your eyes spare. That's mean the gate gonna be closed for the elect. It's sealed. Nothing else could touch them. In the midst of all that shit going on, nothing else could touch them. But the gate, the outside the gate of the protection, y'all gonna be getting that. She said, go after him through the city and smite, and let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly, old grandma, your mom, old grandpa, great-great-grandpa. If they live in 100 years, if they don't got this truth, this knowledge of the Most High, God says slay them. They old, right? And young, little young boys, little young girls, little teenagers. Those little motherfuckers too, they gonna get slain if they're not chosen. What else? Both maids, little girls, 12-year-old, 10-year-old, 13. You know what I'm saying? Them little, if they don't have the marking of the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord, they're gonna be taken. Little children, you got 4, 5-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds. If you don't teach them the way of the Lord, guess what? They're gonna be taken. And women, if you will, any woman, grown, 30s, 40s, 50s, 20s, if you don't got the Spirit of the Lord and you're not abiding by the rules that's written in you in this book for you to follow, and you ain't doing it right and you making blames, guess what? You will be taken. But come, what he said, but come not near any man or woman or child or old or young, upon whom is the mark, and began at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. And he said unto me, and he said unto them, who? The ancient men, the foul. No, you talk about the spirits that came to destroy them. He said, defile the house, fill the courts with the slain. Go ye for it. And they went forth and slew in the city. And it came to pass while they were slain them, and I was left, that I left upon my face and cried and said, O Yahweh power, wilt thou destroy all the residue of Israel in thy pouring out thy fury upon Jerusalem? Then say he unto me, the iniquity of the house of Israel and of Judah. That's mean that they're going to be in the same place as the Lord do this shit. That's mean they ain't going to be in Israel, because Israel was in captivity. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to be in Judah. Judah's in captivity too, but they were two separate. But now they together. So that's why he said. So like, where I'm at? Where I was. Yeah, it said, verse 9. Then said he unto me, the iniquity of the house of Israel and of Judah is exceedingly great, and the land is full of blood, and the city filled of perverseness. For they say, the Lord hath forsaken the earth, and the Lord seen it not. See, that's why the Lord about to do what he about to do, because you think he ain't seen you. And as for me also, my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their way upon their head. And behold, the man clothed with linen, which had the anchor's horn by his side, reported the matter, saying, I have done as thou hast commanded me. He wrote them names down. He closed that dope, man. The righteous and safe, there's nothing you can do about it. And you don't care how close you is to him. And don't care y'all living in the same fucking house. If you stuck there, you don't believe, you can destroy you right in that man's face. And you gonna see him see you and see you and see him. That's what it's gonna be. All them, you know. Why y'all hating them? But the best thing you do is to leave, separate. Let's get that. You don't gotta stay. Let's get 1 Corinthians first. You don't gotta stay in a spot that you don't want to be staying with. It's not, the Lord never forced no one to do that. If you don't agree with this person, if you don't agree with that person, man, if you don't agree, hey man, just move around. That's no hard feeling. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7. And you gotta find a scripture. 1 second. I'm in 2 Corinthians. Salaki. I'm in 2 Corinthians. That's why I can't find. 1 Corinthians chapter 7. Right. Marriage vows are to be taken seriously. That's what I'm about to show you. Marriage vows are to be taken seriously. Read it. I'm gonna show y'all. So that's what these pastors don't teach it in the church. Hold on. I think it's somewhere under you might can't read it. But I'm gonna read it for you. I'm gonna start at verse 10. Unto the married I commanded ye, yet not I, but the Lord. See? Let not the wife depart from her husband. But, and if she depart, let her remain unmarried, or be reconciled, come back to her husband. And let not the husband put away his wife. But long as that you ain't messing with another man, you good. If you ready to come back and you want to change your ways, come back. But if you mess with another man and the spirit going to discern it, you can stop. It said that right there. But we ain't going to put you away until we find that out. Once we see that, because you know you black women, y'all can't, y'all always do it. And y'all get married. No. You made the last move. So you can't be ready. You can't come back. I don't care if you just work it out. Nope. Nope. You ain't working shit out. Can you get remarried? Nope. Nope. Can't do that. Nah. No. You good. You did your thing. Yeah, it was easy. Thank you. The law done it. He separates and he brings together. All right, this is verse 12. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother had a wife that believeth not, so then he's speaking, not the Lord. So you gotta understand, how you close the door. Paul just saying, look, give patience. Give patience. But he didn't say give all your fucking patience. All you waste your whole life. Waste 10, 20 years. Fuck, damn, 3 years. Damn, that's long enough. He didn't say waste no year. He said, but to the rest who ain't married, who's married and got a wicked wife, a wicked husband, don't want to come in the truth, but y'all want to stay with each other, and not the Lord, right? If anybody had a wife that believed not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. Because she unbeliever, none of I put her away. What he says, and the woman which had a husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. Same thing. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they clean. So yeah, even though they don't believe like you believe, but long they in your bubble, long they in your protection of the Lord, they protected. See what I'm saying? Lord can show them mercy as well because of your behalf. But not it. But verse 15. But if the unbelieving depart, not the righteous, because the righteous can't depart. On an unbeliever that be like, I could go do whatever I want. See, I could leave. I don't gotta be with you. Oh, nigga, fuck you. Or bitch, fuck you. I don't gotta be, you with that Israelite shit. I like my woman like to see ass and shit, titties, but you want to wear them long ass dresses. You don't want to come to the party with me. You want to be in your Bible. And he leave, right? But if the unbeliever depart, let him depart. Let him go. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such case. But Yahweh had called us to peace. He called the people. The law said, Deuteronomy 24. If you find any unclean that woman, you can get rid of her any fucking way. You don't gotta stay there. But you want to have mercy because the law gave you mercy because you weren't always right. You ain't always have it together. You working on yourself, so you don't want to feel like, man, you righteous 100% because you not. But if she leave or he leave, let him go. He gonna do his thing. She gonna do it, but she can't come back, and he can't come back. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have been fuck with another woman and had a husband and had sex with her, or fuck with other women that fucking other niggas and had sex with you, and he might catch something and give it to you. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? But there's another thing. You can't. I ain't saying that law ain't gonna give you nothing else, but it's all written in the same chapter. Hold on. Let's go down to 25, right? Said the reasons for marrying or remaining singles. 2 reasons for marrying or remaining single. Verse 25. Now concerning virgins, I have no commandment of the Lord. Yet I give my judgment as one that have obtained mercy of the Lord to be faithful. Number 1, to obtain for virgins. That means she ain't married. Now a woman, we were born again. She might came in not a virgin. She might have children. Guess what? She washed in. She believed in the name of the Lord. She believed in Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. She repented to the Lord, and when her father away, she became a virgin again. And nobody could take that away from her. So as long as she remained faithful to the Lord, not gonna get her box beat up by any nigga. And she jumped off into the streets and she back to the same. No, man, you gotta make sure when you open your legs up, man, you make sure that's the last. If you don't, I'm talking about after you've been through a hard shit with niggas and men, you've been through hard shit with women, make sure you just don't put your dick in anything, man. You don't put your woodpecker and peck anything. No, you gotta make sure, hey man, last time I thought it was real. And Hey man, time changes everybody. You know, time, the law changed everybody through time. That's what I'm just saying. Let's get to verse 26. I suppose therefore that this is good for the present distress. I say that it is good for a man so to be. Art thou bond unto a wife? You bond to a wife? Seek not to be loose. Art thou loose from a husband? If you are loose from a wife, seek not a wife. You see that? When you had one in the truth, or you find out in the truth that you had a woman, you have a girlfriend, or you have a baby mom, y'all had a child together, and you came to the truth, you came full blown in this bitch, and she's still stagnant, and she want to leave, don't seek another wife, because you ain't going to find one, bro. You ain't going to find what you're looking for. What you read in this book, you desire certain things, and you ain't going to find it. But the best thing to do, say seek not a wife. But if thou married, thou has not sinned. So you can still go get your woman, but just know the next woman ain't different than the last woman. She the same woman. She might just got a knot. She might not have a hot temper. She might, don't talk back. She might, if she got goals, bro, just know you get ready to leave because she got goals. If a woman set goals, future goals she want to do, all this traveling shit, you don't got time for that, nigga. You got time to travel. You got to get in his word. Nothing wrong by you doing things, but she'll traveling, spending money at maniac, and you ain't got time for that shit. So you shouldn't deal with a woman like that. And it says, and if a virgin married, the woman that she had a husband and he left her, and as she came in the truth, she ain't a virgin no more. Spiritually, she ain't she a virgin spiritually, but physically she not. But she changed, and she got a spirit wash. She become a virgin again. But if she had not sinned, she married, she had not sinned, so you can get your husband. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. This means it's not gonna get better. You just gonna get your desires. You might used to having sex, like man, you used to maybe getting with a woman, or a woman you used to getting with your husband, getting with a man, and you can't contain for so long. Get your husband so you won't burn. That's the part. The point that I said, just be married, but be with that one man. Till something happens that he lose faith, commit adultery with another woman, or do some weird ass shit. Oh man, she just leave your ass and she go commit adultery with another woman. You leave that shit, Or you just separate and the woman don't mess with another man. Or if the man just don't go out and just start fucking other women and just doing dumb shit. No, that ain't gonna work, man. Y'all both gotta take time and think about certain shit. That's why I said marriage vows ought to take seriously. You gotta take that's a vow to the Lord. That's about you vow to the Lord to make you adulterous. Let's see if I can get some more out of it. Hold on. But for men, in verse 29, the next verse, Salakia. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. This means you got a woman, man, you still go through some shit. That's why he told you gonna have trouble in the flesh if you got a husband. You gonna have a trouble in your flesh if you got a wife. You might want to do the work of the Lord as a wife, doing the duty of a wife, but you still want to get the word in. You still go to affiliate with a camp or with brothers and stuff. You want to get on YouTube. You got lessons going on. It might be about an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, but he might want to get home and he might want to smash. But you might want to do it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to get down with your nigga. I know y'all do. But at the same time, you might be like, man, I got to do this first. Same thing with the dude. She might want to get that done. But he might got to make a lesson. He might got to do a lesson. Or he might got to, Go to the camp, or you might gotta meet up with the brothers. That might take about 2, 3 hours, 4 hours. You know, you dealing with traffic, getting there, doing a lesson, leaving, taking you back. Hey, then you might have to get it in a late night special. You know, but the work of the law always comes first. And sometimes we fall short, myself, fall short in just putting the work of the law on the side just to please your woman because that's the trouble of the flesh. That should trouble you in that piss the Most High off. At the same time, that's why he get rid of certain individuals. If you putting more time, giving them more of your time than you give him, he'll get rid of that person for you. That's mean that person's a burden. He'll allow that person to leave out your life. He'll allow some shit to happen where they will never return to your life again. So you could stay in that bubble because he's trying to get you out the bubble. You know, he's trying to pull you out that force, and he wants you to go outside and shit. Like, hey man, there ain't nothing wrong with this place, man. We can go do this. No, man, it ain't happening yet. You know, you want to start putting that shit in your mind. So the Lord take those people away from you, man. You know, and you don't have to ask for it. The Lord just, that's my elect. I gotta separate. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is, bro. And verse 30, and they that weep as though they wept not. And that's mean no crying for it. No crying, nigga. Don't cry about it. Nigga, you gotta do it. And they that rejoice as though they rejoice not. And they that buy as they possess not. And they that use this world as not abusing it. For the fashion of this world passeth away. That's the thing. The doors are closing, man. Those end of this shit is about to go. So you should be worrying about the get rich scheme, get rich quick scheme. How much money I can get in a year? When I get a lick, man, all that shit that shit's for the bird. It's time for some other things to pop off, man. Like for real. It's time for the separate. Now, some shit you don't want to do, but you're going to have to do it. It's forceful. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 12, I believe. Verse 14, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. That's mean don't have the same mind and thought with them. You don't possess the same agreements. You don't want to be a near. I hate them. I never want to be 6 feet from you. No, that's basically saying don't be in your thoughts. What you think, I don't believe that. Just be like that. Don't be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship had righteousness with unrighteousness? That's mean like you don't have to be with them all the time. You don't have to really believe in their word or really chill with them. You can, but it's not like an everyday thing. You want to be more around more righteous people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get that. And what communion with had light with darkness, and what concord had Hamashiach with Baal, or what part had he that believe it with an infidel, and what agreement had the temple of Yahweh with idols, like in churches? For ye are the temple of the living power, as Yahweh power has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. See that? Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, say Yahweh, and touch not the unclean thing, I will receive you. So that's in Leviticus chapter 19, starting from 1. See, be ye holy, for I am holy, man. Easy. So let's get on some more. Now I'm gonna have to get right here because of what I want to get is in the Apocrypha. All right, this second Esdras chapter 12 and verse 35. Cause I don't got my Apocrypha with me. I don't know where it's at, man. So I'm gonna have to buy me another one. All right, it says second Esdras chapter 12 and verse 35. This is the dream that thou sawest, and these are the interpretations. Thou only has been meet to know this secret of the higher. So the Lord got secrets that he gives to his men. And we get it right here. Matter of fact, instead of just going back and forth on the phone, let's get it right here. Amos chapter 3, we won't get it. Because the Lord give his secrets to the servants of prophets. Only the servants of prophets got the true understanding what he's doing. And we here to tell you about it, you know. Slack, y'all. Before my after. But yeah. Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he reveals his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. See? He revealed these secrets. So these secrets have been done, gave to Ezra. Lord gave Ezra secrets. And he said just interpretation of those. And he seems the only one to meet these secrets of the highest, right? Verse 37. Therefore, write all these things that thou hast seen in a book and hide them. Hide them in the parables. Well, only people that have these knowledge, this seal, the only one that can unlock it, which was given from Yahweh Shai. The seals are broken. So that the knowledge, the Holy Spirit been sent unto his chosen to take the seals of the secrets, revelations. Verse 38, and teach them to the wise. See, wise. See, if you unwise, you of the world. If you're wise, you're not of the world. Wise are the people whose heart thou knowest make comprehend. See, a lot of people can't comprehend what you're saying. So if they can't comprehend, people get in distress, their mind get to confusion, and their body start to really break down. And it like it's a melting thing because he can't understand what you're saying. They can't understand what you're saying. So they get upset and they start to hate you because now they can't unlock what you're saying because that door is closed. The Lord got to open that door and keep these secrets. See that? Keep the secrets. That means you don't forget them. 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 13. Now therefore set thy house in order, your house first, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Now, if you in trouble, you're looking for the ones like you. Straight up. I ain't talking about little Edomites. They through. No, the law his battle's not false. He got a righteous battle where they gonna have some heathen that's homeless, and you gonna see these fucked up. Some Chinese people be fucked up, but we talk about the major homeless motherfuckers, which is the so-called black Native Americans. It's in the Indians. The ones that really in trouble, not just homeless. They're in trouble. They always be hunted. They always be stolen. They always want to be not victimized. They all criminals. They all call them criminals. Everywhere they go, they always in trouble. They always got to hide. They always got to run. They always got to borrow. They always got to. They so poor that they always got to think about stealing something just to have a little something, have something to eat. Those are the ones that are in trouble. And we're gonna renounce corruption. Don't let that corrupt you. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. All these things that's going on, fuck that shit. It gonna go on regardless. But you don't think about where I'm gonna be, where I'm gonna go, where I'm gonna eat, what I'm gonna sleep. How this, how that. Fuck that. It's gonna happen. However it's gonna happen. Alright? And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evil than these which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. That's where you at, man. That's where you at. Let me see if I got one more. Yeah, I'm going to read this. 2 Ezra chapter 2 and verse 38. I'm going to start right here because this is what we're looking for. That's when the doors of mercy is closing. The doors are closing. The elect is beamed up. You know what I'm saying? The elect ladies, the elect men with their families, with their children. Women that's pregnant, that's giving birth. They're going to be delivered. You know what I'm saying? Those people you're finna read about. These great men that came, they risked their lives, they died, got beheaded, got martyred, got hunted down. The Lord that delivered gave them spiritual power. You know what I'm saying? and he fought their way through because the law gave him that power and that righteousness of him. So that's the beast people finna read about. And you also read about it back in Revelation chapter 7. You know, it's the same thing. I might get some of that. Let me go to it first before I it's right there at the end of if you gonna end it like that. Right, let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 2 first in verse 38. I rise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that are sealed in the feast of the Lord. What's the number of those that were sealed in the feast of the Lord? Let's go to Revelation chapter 7. All right, verse 3, start at it, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we had sealed the service of our power in their forehead. And I heard the number of them were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel, all tribes. So that's the number of them, which is talked about in 2nd Ezra. Verse 39, 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and 39. Which are departed from the shadow of the world, and have received glorious garments of the Lord. Let's go back. Let's go right here. Revelation chapter 7 and verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes, and palms was in their hands. Check this out. See, we're gonna get back to it. 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 39. Who's the one? Those in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world, and have received glorious garments of the Lord. With the glorious garment, white robes. Take thy number, 144,000, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white. Let's be gather those which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. Number thy children, whom thou longest for. These great multitude. Let's go back to it. Revelation chapter 7. Start at verse 10. Hold on, I might want to get to the point. Instead, start at verse 10. And cry with a loud, the people in white robes, they cry with a loud voice, saying, and the doors closed. They couldn't hear the shit. They ain't heard the party. They ain't see the drinks. They ain't see the lamb, the feast. You know what I'm saying? They ain't had the palms. They didn't see what was going on. They was weeping and gnashing the teeth. That's the others that was closed. They was weeping and gnashing the teeth. This was rejoice. And cry with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our power, which sat upon the throne and unto the Lamb. And all the angels therefore stood around about the throne and about the elders and the 4 beasts, and fell before the throne of their faces and worshiped Yahweh, saying, Amen. Blessing and glory, and wisdom, and thanksgiving, and honor, and power, and might be unto our power forever and ever. And one of the elders answering, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence they come? So they're like, man, who you think these people came from? How you, like, because he's showing them, dang, it's hot, bro. So the Lord showing Ezra when he showed John the Revelator. So he asking John the angel asking John the Revelation, take a guess, who these is, where he came from? Because this time he didn't know. It was different this time. You know, we were scattered. You looking at the prophecies, it had to come to pass that we were scattered all over the world, and out of every nation, kindred, and tongue, that we were scattered. We looked like those people, and they're all Israelites. You will never guess. And guess what? He couldn't even guess. And it says, what are these which are arrayed in white robe, and whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, these are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore are they before the throne of God, and serve him day and night to his temple, and he that sat on them on the throne shall dwell among them. So let's go back to 2nd Esdras. Same thing. In verse 14, 2nd Esdras chapter 2 and verse 14, the number of thy children whom thou longest for, fulfill, beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people which have been called from the beginning, may call from the beginning. Not now, not selected at the end. No, selected from the beginning. May be hallowed. What that mean? You call on the Lord, you say, you'll be like, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Lord gonna hallow our names. You see, you're gonna always know the name of the Lord. You're gonna always know who his people by individually. You'll never forget. That's blah blah blah. He said, hallowed. In verse 42, I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than the rest, that's Yahushua, and taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns with the 144,000. But he might have set crowns on all of them, because they all got palms, and was more exceedingly exalted, which I marvel at greatly. These men with new bodies, because it's not just being delivered from destruction. It's you've been delivered from this flesh. You got new bodies. You can never die, and you're being exalted, and you're like the Most High. See that? All that play out in a good major part. It's all a picture. It's all a picture that could come to one effect. Verse 44, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These they have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of power. Now are they crowned and receive palms. You see that? They crowned and received palms. Every last one of them was crowned and received palms. So he answered and said, palms in their hands. So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell the people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power has done and seen. We can go back to this, because those men that he commended. Why he commended them that way? I'm going to tell you why. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1 and 4. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous men stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted them, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and not just fear, terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Now you read the rest. That's it, the list. The doors of mercies will be closing soon. That's basically what it is. 140. I just seen that shit happen. 144. It happened, but it switched. I don't know why, but 144 just came. But I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahshua by Shem Crocodiles, man. I pray that all y'all edified, man. Get double honors to Apostle Jim as the one that taught me the truth, and side to the whole free elect, man. The doors of mercy are closing, man. Hey, we can't wait for nobody. We in the door, man. Don't open the door. The Lord closed the door, the ark, and it couldn't be open, man. So this is an ark right here, man. Your spirit, don't let nothing else in but yours. Till next time I say shalom, man.